Do you ever feel like you're just lazy? You have a huge to-do list, you know you need to get things done, but you just can't. You find yourself scrolling endlessly, watching another episode, or just staring into space, feeling completely unproductive. You beat yourself up, thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just focus? Well, what if I told you that you're not lazy? The problem isn't a lack of willpower. The real issue is that your brain is completely, utterly, and totally overwhelmed. We live in a world of constant stimulation. From the moment we wake up and grab our phones, our brains are bombarded with notifications, emails, breaking news, and an infinite feed of content. This isn't just a minor distraction, it's a full-blown assault on our cognitive resources. It's something scientists call cognitive overload, or brain fatigue. Think of your brain like a computer's RAM. It has a finite amount of processing power. When you have too many tabs open, too many programs running, what happens? The computer slows down, it lags, and eventually, it might just freeze. That's exactly what's happening to your brain. You're not lazy, your RAM is full. Our brains evolved for a much simpler world, one where the most stimulating event of the day might have been spotting a predator or finding a new source of food. Our attention system was designed to lock onto novel and important things in our environment. But today, everything is designed to be novel and important. App developers, marketers, and content creators are all experts at hijacking this ancient system. They use something called hyperstimuli, exaggerated, super engaging content that our brains find irresistible. Think of bright colors, loud sounds, quick cuts, and dramatic headlines. A single 5-minute scroll on social media can expose your brain to more novel information than our ancestors might have encountered in a month. This constant flood of information triggers a massive release of dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. Dopamine is associated with pleasure and reward. Every like, every new video, every notification gives you a tiny hit of it. It feels good, so you keep coming back for more. The problem is, your brain starts to crave these high levels of stimulation. It builds up a tolerance. This is why normal, everyday activities, like reading a book, working on a project, or even just having a quiet conversation, can start to feel boring and unfulfilling. Your brain's reward system has been rewired to expect a constant party, so a quiet evening at home feels like a total drag. When it's time to do deep, focused work, your brain rebels. It's screaming, "This is boring. Where's the dopamine hit?" And so, you feel that irresistible pull to pick up your phone, just for a second. This cycle of overstimulation and reward-seeking is what leaves you feeling drained, unfocused, and, you guessed it, lazy. It's a state of mental exhaustion. You're not unmotivated. You're just running on empty. So, how do we break free from this cycle and reclaim our focus and productivity? The answer isn't to just try harder. The answer is to strategically manage our stimulation levels. The first, and perhaps most powerful, solution is to try a dopamine detox. This sounds intense, but it's really just about intentionally reducing your exposure to high dopamine activities for a set period. It's like a reset button for your brain's reward system. You could start small. Try dedicating 1 hour, or even just 30 minutes, each day to being completely offline. No phone, no computer, no TV. Or maybe you designate 1 day a week, like a tech-free Sunday, where you engage in only low-stimulation activities. During this time, you can read a physical book, go for a walk in nature, journal, draw, or just sit and think. At first, it will feel incredibly difficult. You'll feel bored, restless, and anxious. That's withdrawal. But if you stick with it, something amazing happens. Your brain's sensitivity to dopamine begins to reset. The boring activities start to feel interesting and engaging again. You'll find that you can focus for longer periods, and the urge to constantly check your phone will start to fade. The next step is to actively reduce the digital noise in your everyday life. We need to curate our digital environment with the same care we'd give our physical home. Start by turning off all non-essential notifications on your phone. Do you really need to know the second someone likes your photo or sends a message to a group chat? Probably not. Schedule specific times to check email and social media, rather than letting them interrupt you throughout the day. A great rule of thumb is to treat these checks like a task on your to-do list, not as a default activity. Unsubscribe from newsletters you never read. Unfollow accounts that just add to the noise or make you feel bad. Be ruthless. Every little bit of digital clutter you remove is one less thing for your brain to process, freeing up precious cognitive resources for the things that actually matter to you. Now, for a strategy that might sound counterintuitive in our productivity-obsessed culture, embrace boredom. Boredom has gotten a bad rap, but it's actually essential for creativity and problem solving. When you're bored, your brain isn't idle. It switches into something called the default mode network. This is when your mind wanders, connects disparate ideas, reflects on the past, and plans for the future. It's where your best aha moments come from. Instead of reaching for your phone the second you have a spare moment waiting in line, commuting, waiting for the kettle to boil, just do nothing. Look out the window. Observe the people around you. Let your mind drift. It's in these quiet, unstimulated moments that your brain gets a chance to rest, recharge, and make the creative leaps that deep work requires. Boredom is not the enemy of productivity. It's the fertile ground where new ideas are born. Another powerful technique is to relearn the art of multitasking. Is a myth. What we're actually doing is called task switching, and it's incredibly inefficient. Every time you switch from one task to another, say from writing a report to checking an email and back again, there's a cognitive cost. It takes time and mental energy for your brain to disengage from one thing and re-engage with another. This constant switching fragments your attention and leads to shallower work, more errors, and mental fatigue. Instead, practice single task. When you decide to work on a task, commit to it fully for a set period. Close all other tabs. Put your phone in another room. The Pomodoro technique is great for this. Work for 25 minutes with intense focus, then take a 5-minute break. By dedicating your full attention to one thing at a time, you'll get more done in less time, and the work you produce will be of a much higher quality. Finally, and this is crucial, you need to prioritize true rest. Scrolling on TikTok is not rest. Binge watching a series until 2 a.m. is not rest. These activities might feel relaxing because they're passive, but they're still feeding your brain a steady stream of stimulation. True rest is about giving your brain a complete break. This includes getting enough quality sleep, which is non-negotiable for cognitive function. It also includes activities that calm your nervous system, like meditation, deep breathing exercises, gentle stretching, or spending quiet time in nature. Rest isn't something you earn after you've been productive. It's the foundation upon which all productivity is built. You can't run a marathon on an empty stomach, and you can't do deep, meaningful work with an exhausted brain. So, the next time you feel that wave of laziness was over you, I want you to stop and reframe it. You are not lazy. You are your brain is waving a white flag, begging for a break. Instead of pushing through with more caffeine and self-criticism, try giving your brain what it really needs. Less noise, more quiet. Try a dopamine detox. Clean up your digital life. Let yourself be bored. Focus on one thing at a time and get some real, honest-to-goodness rest. You'll be amazed at how much your focus, energy, and productivity improve when you start working with your brain's natural limits, instead of constantly fighting against them. You have the power to take back control of your attention. Thanks so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on how to thrive in our modern world. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What is one thing you're going to try to reduce stimulation in your life? See you in the next one.